welcome to the Team Babe podcast. I'm Jason, and I'm Babe.
And I'm Robin, and I'm Babe.
Hey.
Oh, hey. How are you?
Heidi ho, good neighbor.
You're so well lit.
I am?
Yeah.
I can't see myself right now.
Oh.
I'll be able to see myself, I guess, maybe tomorrow when I'm editing this episode.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's great. I'm so glad I'm so well lit.
Think of how beautiful you'll look.
I'm constantly thinking about how beautiful I will look. You know, on camera.
Right.
After I'm camera ready.
Yeah.
All ready for pilot season, you know?
Well, hey, Babe, welcome to episode 58.
Oh, hey. Well, thank you. Thanks for welcoming me.
You're welcome.
To this episode. That's wonderful. I welcome all of you to this wonderful episode. Episode 58 of Team Babe.
I would like to call it episode 50 Hateful 8.
The episode 50 Hateful 8?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
Well, I don't want to tell you tales out of school or anything,
No?
but this episode got off to a little bit of a rough start.
It did. I feel like this has been going great.
I mean,
Ever since we started doing the episode.
Really?
Yeah, things have just been peachy. Did that asshole producer get like fresh with you or something?
No.
No?
He ate too many Wheaties or something.
Too many Wheaties? Does he have celiac disease?
Yeah, you're filling your Wheaties today.
I'm feeling my oats. What does that mean anyway? Like you're feeling your oats?
Like you're all jacked up.
Why would oats jack you up? Are you some sort of creature that's like
carbs?
Who for like oats are like catnip for you or something? You're just like, yeah.
I think it comes from feeding cattle, personally.
Oh, and they like kick up their heels when they get...
Well, they get more out of it. They get more out of the oats than they do hay. You know, like they got a burst of energy, so when they're like pulling the plow, you know, they can like pull it extra far.
Oh, so you're feeling it.
Yeah.
They're feeling it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's my interpretation. I don't know.
No, that's interesting. I like that.
I would encourage you to look it up in the encyclopedia.
The Encyclopedia Britannica?
Yeah.
Cool, I'll do that. Yeah. What was the other thing we learned recently? Oh, former podcast guest Jesse told us, informed us of the true origin of Ratchet.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember how we talked about where did Ratchet come from?
Yeah.
And where did it? I kind of forgot. Oh, it's Wretched.
Yeah.
So it was like a...
I'm still confused about that because to me, a ratchet is something you use when you fix a car or something.
Well, that's the wrench.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a ratchet.
Hey, man, that makes that irritating noise, you know? So I thought it was more about that.
I love that noise.
You do?
I think so.
Well, we're different in some ways. I don't know if you
There's
noticed.
something about that that's soothing to me. It's like, because it's like I'm putting some shit together, you know? It's like, ooh, we're getting close here to some shit being put together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, anyway, I'm sorry that the podcast producer was such a dickhead.
Me too.
Tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's really like started this energy off very low.
You are correct, sir.
For me. I feel kind of like this whole episode might just be a flat line.
Yeah, that's
possible.
possible.
Whereas like many of our other ones are just like
a roller coaster of wild excitement.
Yeah, it's basically like the Top Gun ride.
Yeah.
That I've never been on.
Oh, that's too bad.
Are we going to go to Six Flags? Are we going to go to Disneyland?
They're all closed.
Are we going to go to Disney World? Are we going to go to Disneyland Paris?
Well, if you thought we were going to go, I think we waited too long. You know?
You don't think I can handle Top Gun?
I don't know, man. I mean, I only went on it like 6 times, so you might be too scared. You never know.
Oh man, you're calling me out.
Oh, I'm busting your chops.
Man, this is hurting so bad.
Are you loving
You
it?
rocked me to my core, my darling.
Oh, sorry. All right, I'll stop. Let's be friends.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think the podcast producer, probably has best intentions, because I think the podcast producer, like the production staff have been talking about trying to, make the video better, do this, do that, make some changes, up our game, as a show.
Yeah.
And I think they're just wound a little tight.
I gotcha.
Perhaps.
Feeling some pressure.
Perchance to dream. I mean, I think like a lot of things right now, people are just on edge.
Mm-hmm. I know. Me included. I mean, it's only going to take one more little straw and then the camel may snap,
The camel may snap.
We put one too many straws on their back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. I wonder if that saying has to come from... This is our new podcast where we just analyze sayings.
So boring.
This is our podcast where you watch us sleep. I toss and turn a lot. You'll see that.
Okay. Alrighty. So, this producer that you're talking about, it's almost as if this is some other person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this a part of your split personality?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Ted.
It's part of your schizophrenia.
Have you met Ted?
Oh, I met him.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about firing him.
Ted's kind of a dickhead.
I'm thinking about reprimanding him big time.
We might have to let Ted go.
Yeah. I like to bring back Susie.
Susie? I liked Susie.
Yeah. I'll tell you though, Ted's a great editor. I'm gonna keep him around for that.
Yeah, it's amazing that our producer is also our editor.
Yeah, it's a small staff here.
Yeah.
Team Babe.
Yeah. People wear many hats.
Isn't that the truth?
Sometimes I don't wear a hat. Sometimes I do.
I almost never wear a hat, but I do work many jobs.
Yeah, you wear the metaphorical hats of the many job workings, right?
Mm-hmm. I wear the captain hat.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, I think that's something to get like really excited about, though, is that we're, the whole staff is coming together, hands across America. They're joining in.
Feed the children.
Feed
save the
world.
Children. Yep.
Save the whales.
Mm-hmm.
Save everything.
Yep.
Save it all.
Yep.
Save all your money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, except for, what you pledged to us on our Patreon.
So on that note, there are some changes coming for real. At least we hope so, because we got, plans, but we're not going to say anything about them just yet.
Yeah, stay tuned. And just like we've been changing our camera angles.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of experiments.
Changing our hats. We're experimenting with some things.
Some
of those things are being an asshole. Some of those things are being super cool. Some of those things are camera angles.
We dabble in all kinds of things.
We like to dabble.
Yeah.
A little dabble, do you?
Speaking of pressures and whatnot, I had a little story to tell you about my work day.
Oh.
So I thought it was kind of funny. One of my coworkers said, tell me something good. And I was like, oh no, the pressure. Tell you something good. So, I mean, it's funny how that put me so on the spot,
Well, I think it's just because you're such a negative person most of the time.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. It doesn't have anything to do with the times that we live in or anything like that. And so I had to say something about what I did in my personal life because I could not come up with a work related good thing for some reason. Not that there wasn't any. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I told her she put me under major pressure.
You told her that she put you under pressure?
And then I was like, all right, so now you got to tell me something good.
Yeah.
But she had the same problem. She was like,
Well, I guess that indicates she was actually listening, which is nice.
Oh yeah.
Instead of like she was just going, yeah, and thinking about like what she was gonna say.
No, she was definitely listening. She was a good listener.
Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Huh. Well, that's fun.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. We're getting ready to head out of town for a few days. That's good. That's also adding to the time frame, pressure
Yeah.
a little bit here too.
Yeah. Filling the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recording some episodes on days when we don't normally. Got to do some quick edits.
Yeah.
Got to pack the car and get gas and get cash and
Oh my
do all the
gosh.
things.
My day tomorrow starts at 8 a.m. and will, I'm sure, continue well into the night. And then, and some producer told me I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go on this vacation. I was like, what?
This is the producer of your vacation?
Mm-hmm. This guy really runs me around, I'll tell you what.
You got a real knack for hiring assholes, sounds like. Maybe you should let me do the hiring from now on.
Okay. Dude, anytime you want to take over all the things I do, I'm like ready. I'm ready for it. Okay. Do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to become the artist that I was always meant to be. The artist formerly known as Prince.
The artist formerly known as Babe. It'll just be some weird V-shaped sign or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a nail through it. But
a pig's heart in the shape of a bee with a nail through it.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, dude.
But yes, we are actually going to go on this vacation. It seems kind of crazy, given the COVID and all that. But,
yeah. We will be wearing our hazmat suits the entire time.
I mean, it's kind of like now or never. That's how I feel about it. It's like, in just a week, everybody going to be like, nope, we screwed up. Everybody go home.
Everybody go home and stay home for good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get a little spot on the beach before it's too late.
Like a hip hop artist, you are going to get yours.
Yeah, like I always do. That's my MO.
Yeah. Well, what else? What else is going on?
What else is going on this week?
Yeah. Carl Reiner died.
Yeah.
98 years old.
That's a good long life.
Good long life. I mean, your fucking grandma is putting the hurt on everybody in this department, though. In like a couple of days,
Saturday,
that lady's gonna be 103.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's correct.
Holy shit! And we will not be here to witness it.
We will not.
But we had, we talked about it. We had our little celebration.
Yes, I have to go to San Diego on the 4th of July. It's just something I have to do now.
Yeah, Team Babe instituted a policy a few years back where we no longer, after Grandma's 100th birthday.
Yes, and that was 37 years of my life.
Yeah, every year attending, we decided that we were going to officially peace out.
Yeah.
On July 4th, I think every year.
Yeah, pretty
so
much.
far it's been every year.
Yep.
We haven't broken the spell yet. So, yeah, it would have been a shame if COVID forced us to break the spell in some way. I think we probably still would have gone somewhere. But when we talked about this months ago, we didn't know where.
Yeah.
Where it was going to be.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So, we're going to be safe. We're going to just do our thing and stay the hell away from people.
Yeah. I'm going to be living dangerously.
You are?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what are you going to be doing?
I don't know, wrestling around and stuff with people.
With strangers?
That I meet. Yeah. Probably go to the gym.
Ew. If you do that, I'm going to put you in quarantine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know. We're probably going to have to be in quarantine anyway.
Yeah.
When we come back.
But you could be separated.
From you?
Yeah.
How will I sleep?
Yeah, so don't wrestle with strangers.
How will I record a podcast?
Exactly.
Fuck.
Man, you better behave. To quarantine together.
Yeah, this crisis has brought on so many things that we just never considered.
Yes, it sure has.
Let's talk about it for like 2 or 3 hours.
Hell
Talk
no.
about the crisis.
That's all anybody's talking about. Okay? I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
hear that, go somewhere else.
Well, yeah, Carl Reiner dying is sad, but yeah, 98, that's a good long life. But I mean, that dude was so fucking funny, and you know, best friends with Mel Brooks and whatever, and watching their antics and hearing stories about them hanging out and having fun and seeing both of them with like food stuck in the corner of their mouths on
That was great.
comedians in cars getting coffee and stuff. Just like, I don't know, something heartwarming about it. So
Yeah, for sure.
it is a bummer. And anytime somebody like that dies that I'm a fan of, and they're old like that, I mean, it's always bad when somebody dies, but like, I guess, maybe it's a little easier when they've lived a good long life, and it wasn't like some extended horrific illness or something like that.
Right.
But like, all I can think of is like, why did somebody like, I mean, it's a shitty thought, but why did somebody like interesting and funny and stuff like go when like your grandma is just like like not a fun person to be around, not funny, like, and she is 103. It's like, you gotta be mean.
Yeah.
It's like that song where that lady's like, you gotta be bold, you gotta be something, you gotta
Oh,
be wiser and all
jeez.
that.
Ugh.
It's like your grandma's version would be like, you gotta be mean, you gotta be stingy, you gotta be a miser. In fact, we should make, yeah, no, we shouldn't. That's horrible.
So I thought about that.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about that a little bit. I thought about it and I was like, why is that? And I've been racking my brain for a long time as to why this particular person has been selected in the fates, to live seemingly indefinitely.
If the fates allow.
Yeah. And they're allowing, and it's like, well, why? What is the lesson that we should all learn, or what is the purpose of someone living so long and really doing so little, or contributing like very little to, I mean, it sounds lame, but I mean, if you knew her, you would agree with me.
If you knew her like we knew her,
Yeah.
or know her, it'd be different feelings.
One, all I can come up with is this. We are supposed to learn from her life because it is this eternity of time that has been wasted.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I think that she is continuing to live because, I mean, she's just healthy enough to live scientifically. But a lot of people, like they kind of decide that they're done, right?
Yeah.
At some point.
Right.
They kind of think about it and they're like,
I kind of did all the things.
I did all the things I wanted to do. I'm tired. Her husband's been dead for like 25 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone to me would be enough to say, well, that was enough or whatever. But I don't think it's ever occurred to her because she hasn't done anything.
I think it goes beyond that, though. Like, I mean, I don't know. Thinking about it, it's like she hasn't even ever thought about anything like that.
Right.
Like,
that's what I mean.
I think there's zero thought of even the fact that she could die.
Right.
She's just like, well, I just get up and I do the thing that I do every day. I'm doing pretty good for an old woman, blah, blah, blah. And like, she gets tippy and shit and she loses more teeth. And she's just like, well, I got to get up in the morning. Like, if she could, she would be out, cleaning out the gutters and like mowing and shit, right?
Yeah.
But now she can't, like, she's getting wobbly.
Yeah, she's kind of given that up. Surprising to me, actually.
Yeah.
But yes, she does. She has retained her life force because she didn't have any fun, and she didn't really have any like creative thinking or like contributions to society or much of a contribution to her family. Her life has just been about work.
Yeah.
Manual labor. You get up, you get to work. You just do the same thing each day. And that somehow is just kept her going because there's no thought outside of that routine.
I wonder if there is. Wouldn't it be interesting if you could just like get inside somebody's head and like learn what it's like to be them for
Sure.
a day?
I mean, I think I know her well enough to say like her outside thoughts had to do with religion.
God and Jesus and Jehovah and
Yeah.
Jeepers and all that.
Oh, sure. And the Bible, the Holy Bible and whatever.
Yeah. Praising Jeepers.
I mean, I remember her really socking it to me when I told her I was going to be a vegetarian one time.
Oh, because God said you got to eat them animals.
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Something like that. And I was like,
I guess she's not a Seventh-day Adventist, huh?
no. Not as far as I know.
I don't know. I mean, they're vegetarian, I think, on biblical grounds or something like that.
So perhaps she's, somehow immortal because she has forgotten to ask life's questions.
She is definitely immortal. Yeah. I don't know. I think, yeah. I said something when we were talking about her. Like, she's never going to let go of this mortal coil. And you were like, what the fuck is mortal coil? Because, it's like, it's just a saying, right?
Another saying.
Yeah.
Sayings with Team Babe.
Sayings. This is the sayings episode.
This is the sayings channel.
There actually is a theme to this episode, but I think we're just keeping it so nice and low energy that we can just settle into this, Just be cool, man. Just do it. Do the damn thing. Anyway, yeah, the mortal coil thing. Yeah, and it's like the saying is shuffling off this mortal coil or something like that. Like, and that's Shakespeare, I guess, from Hamlet. And it's interesting, like, thinking about that. And, like, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Shakespeare, but I couldn't remember what. So I looked it up, and then, it's part of that whole to be or not to be, like, part of Hamlet, which is wild reading that. But it's weird thinking about that because, like, the main character in the story, Hamlet, is, like, contemplating death and stuff like that and suicide and all these, like, heavy things and, like, talking about, like, shuffling off this mortal coil, but, like, if I do, what
What's
am I going to what are my dreams going to consist of, and all this weird shit. And I'm like, it's so like self-aware, and like Gam Gam has no self-awareness.
Oh, don't call her that. I would never call her that.
Gam Gam. You never called like Grammy or Gam Gam or Grandma?
Well, I had some grandparents that I called Popo and Browner.
Popo and Browner.
Yes.
The classic.
I never called anybody Gam Gam or Grammy. And I never called anybody grandmother.
Yeah.
So.
Both of my grandmas were Grammy.
Right. Yeah, it's a Midwestern thing, I think.
Is it?
I think grandma's kind of just the standard, but Southern also.
Grandmother? What's grandmother?
You gotta be from Connecticut or some shit like that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's been snooty.
I'm gonna start saying that. Grandmother.
My grandmother. I mean, that's like...
Yeah, you kind of have to put on like a little bit of a New England or like at least New England or a little British accent or something if you're going to start talking like that, right?
What about Nana?
Nana? I don't know.
You ever call anybody Nana?
Never.
Me neither.
Unless their name was Nana. That'd be weird. If somebody named their kid Nana.
Yeah, it just
Or
reminds
Gam
me
Gam.
of a goat, unfortunately.
Yeah, nanny goat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, so shuffle off this immortal coil. Shakespeare, your grandma. She's not going to shuffle. Well, she kind of wobbles, but she's not a shuffler yet.
So you asked yourself a existential question here.
Yeah.
You said, would the world have been a better place if my grandma had not existed?
Yeah.
Which is a good question because I have asked myself many times, what is the purpose of your existence? Well, you said it's because then I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here. And Team Babe would not exist. So that is Gam Gam's contribution, and that is why she hasn't. Well, that's not. She could have shuffled off the mortal coil, like coming up on. Well, I won't say. I won't blow up your spot and say how many years you're coming up on.
It's such a secret, you know. I don't like to tell people my
I know
age.
you like. I know it's Hollywood, man. It's a Hollywood scene.
I know
and you're
because
shaving years
it's
because
soon.
everybody is shaving years, right?
Sure.
So it's like doping and cycling, you know. Everybody was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, who's guilty?
So do you think I should not give up my modeling dreams just yet because I'm so young?
I think so.
No,
I think you should give them up. No, I'm just joking.
I was too old for this shit at like 18. I was a dinosaur.
Were you like, I'm getting too old for this shit? Were you saying stuff like that, like Danny Glover and Lethal Weapon?
Oh yeah, yeah,
all the time, right?
for sure.
Can you pass me that wine? This is one drawback of like trying out new angles and shit. It's like,
Here, my darling.
tell me a story.
Oh, sure, I'll tell you a story. So, you know, since we're keeping everything so light and fluffy and we're not talking about death, I am going to reread one of my favorite books.
Oh.
That's about death.
What a good time.
Yeah, it's called A Dirty Job by
Oh,
Christopher Moore.
Yeah.
And
The sewer harpies.
oh yeah. It's got it all.
The hellhounds.
The vampires. Death.
Minty Fresh.
Minty Fresh and his little baby.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I might read it after you're done. That'd be fun.
Thrift stores in San Francisco, and
I haven't read like a fun book in a while.
well, see, I haven't read a book in so long that I can't even remember what the last book I read was, but it wasn't fiction. I have spent 5 years reading nonfiction. 5 years. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you got to mix it up. Nonfiction is great. You can learn a ton of stuff, I guess, but like,
I mean, magazines are nonfiction,
yeah.
and business books are nonfiction. And I've even written some nonfiction. I've written procedural manuals and employee handbooks. I've really delved into the nonfiction, you know.
You've done a deep dive for sure into the world of nonfiction.
The technical realms.
Writing.
Anyway,
yeah, and reading.
I hate writing stuff like that. I hate it. I absolutely despise it. It sucks the ever living life out of me. And so,
sorry.
My thought is that it's okay. I gotta make money, you know.
Your thought is that reading a fun book about death
will revive me,
might rejuvenate
and
your
make
soul.
me feel more alive. You see,
That's cool.
Yeah, because I laughed my ass off the first time I read that book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real, like, silly escape, just like a fantasy. But set in the real world, so it's not set on like Mars or something.
Yeah.
If it's set on Mars, I wouldn't fucking read it. But
those Christopher Moore books are pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could stand to read one again.
And
it's been
these
10 plus years.
Yeah.
Probably.
And these books, A Dirty Job and You Suck, both of those are love stories.
Yeah.
So there's romance. Okay. And believe it or not, I actually started out, like, before I met you, I was like a hopeless romantic.
You mean you weren't like typing out like procedural manuals at 16 and stuff? No, I remember. you were writing love poems and deep and gothic purpleness. You turned into Prince for a while. The artist formerly known as Babe, we call you now. But yeah, it was like a Purple Rain for a while.
I know you hated it, but it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. Purple Rain. Did Prince ever do any like wordplay with that? Like, cause like, you know, if I was like trying to do something cool for Prince, like if I was, you know, Prince's producer or something like that. I mean, he's dead, you know, now. So this is obviously in the past or whatever. But Purple Rain, like REIGN, you know, like there could have been like a cool like legacy tie-in.
Yeah. That
album or
exists,
something. It does?
but in the drag world. I mean, that's used a lot, because like drag queens reign,
Oh,
and
I see.
yeah, that's
Not
kind
in
of,
so not in the context of Prince, but in the context of
yeah,
Queen.
they might use Prince as like a theme. The Purple Rain Night, you know, where all the queens dress up, like the
That's cool.
artist.
I was re-listening to an episode of Harmontown recently. One of the earlier ones where it was Halloween, and they all, well, not they all, but several people who are in the podcast and attended the podcast, like, came dressed as Jareth from um,
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Jesus Christ, Labyrinth. For Halloween or whatever.
You know why? Okay, let me let you in a little secret. I love that movie, right?
Yeah.
And I love, the whole Jareth and Sarah romance and everything. It's so inappropriate, but it makes for a good movie.
Yeah.
They did. They had a ball each year, the Labyrinth Ball, and there was tons of people in LA that like had a full blown David Bowie like lookalike thing going on, and people would make costumes for this thing and have the whole masquerade ball. And it, like when I found out about that, my mind like totally exploded. I was just like, "What? This is like a thing you can go to in real life?" Ugh.
Like, can you dance in a bubble
They had bubbles.
and all this
They
stuff?
had the whole thing.
They
Okay.
had the bubble machine, just like
Yeah.
what's his name?
Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I really feel like I missed out, and I never went. And it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure that once coronavirus weathers up and blows away, bring it back.
Oh, so that was going up until recently still.
It was annual.
Oh,
It
okay.
was like an LA fixture.
Was it Halloween? No.
It's like a Comic-Con kind of thing,
Huh.
but just specifically for people that love Labyrinth
Oh my
and
god.
fantasy. So there's that.
Like, I hated that movie when I was a kid. I've come around, like, it's a shitty movie.
Why did you hate it as a kid?
I thought it was annoying. I didn't like Muppets really.
Oh.
When I was a kid,
Okay.
like, they kind of freaked me out a little bit. Like, it's just weird. Like these little carpet creatures. Like, dude, that shit, that animal's fur is like on the ground over there in my grandma's. What's going on? Yeah, exactly. Except like green or so. It's like, fuck.
So is that where Charlie gets it from? Because Charlie is scared to death of that movie because of Muppets.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that might be a fairly common thing, but I did have like friends and people who I knew as a kid who were totally into it.
Yeah.
And then I just wasn't. I was like, I don't know, dude, this sucks. And it really is a bad movie, but it's like, there's a bunch of nostalgia wrapped up in it and stuff. And they were talking about the inappropriate relationship between between the Goblin King and Sarah. Turn back, Sarah. Oh no, Sarah. It's too late. Turn back. Anyway, yeah, and I mean, I think I've thought about this too, but I think like the Goblin King is sort of like supposed to be her like she's coming of age, right? She's like going through puberty or whatever. So it's like her like girlhood fantasy,
Yeah.
of this like sexy
Prince.
weird prince dude
Yeah.
who's like 45
Of
with like a
course.
giant cod piece
As you do.
and the most ridiculous fucking clothes, and
Yeah.
he's walking through an MC Escher fucking staircase and all this stuff. It's like, what?
Well, I actually liked that. It was interesting for me because it was like she doesn't really seem much like a kid, even though she actually was a kid at the time. She just looks way older, like as an actor. But I think
You can relate to that.
She was probably only 13, like when they filmed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can kind of relate to that. So she's running around kind of acting like a kid, but she doesn't look like one. And
she's being so obnoxious.
And there's this whole, yeah, and she's very bratty, you know.
It's so unfair.
But there's the redeeming parts of that movie are like her introspection, and then it's funny too. I mean, it's just silly, you know. But I like silly, and you know, the silly costumes don't bother me. I like a good theme, so
Yeah.
that's why I like it. It's visually like very appealing.
Strongly thematic for
Yeah.
sure, visually. Just not in the story department.
Do you like that song though now? The one that almost made it to this mixtape.
I mean, no,
You still don't like it?
not really.
The Bowie song?
Yeah.
Why?
What? Aren't they all Bowie songs?
Yeah.
I wasn't done and that and this, and I'm saying this. It's not really how anybody would sing. Unless they're fucking crazy. Ha.
But
Oh, yes.
that is how he sang. Like, he never sang any other way. But you like other David Bowie stuff.
Well, I don't know, man. It's so, like, strangely, like, it's got crazy butt rock guitar. I mean, it's, like, so bad, it's cool. You know how things like that happen?
Yeah. You know how you
It's
don't...
not good.
You don't really have any nostalgia or anything, so...
I forget everything that happens.
It's hard. It's hard for you to relate to the, sort of romantic undertones, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess, man. Yeah. Anyway, we wanted to keep it nice and light and just fun, I think, this week and stuff.
Well,
right?
we failed.
And so you're welcome. You're welcome for that. I mean, we are here to entertain.
Some people might call this entertainment, right?
Nobody has yet.
That's true.
Aside from the hundreds of thousands of, like, you know, weekly listeners and viewers that we get.
Mm-hmm.
Those people all call it entertainment.
Yeah.
But nobody has said that directly to us in person.
Well, we have never asked anyone, what would you call this? So maybe we should do that.
Two idiots talking about bullshit tangents for an hour or something, maybe? That's what I picture.
That's kind of like what Seinfeld started out as, so maybe there's hope.
Yeah, if I could get some of that Seinfeld money, that'd be great.
Well, you better work, girl.
Okay.
With an E, work.
Anyway, so this is still the COVID-19 mixtape, though.
Yeah, it is.
Babe, let's not forget about that.
I ain't forgetting about it.
Did you forget?
No.
Okay.
Never forget.
Because I think never forget, like 9/11. You know? Like, we'll never forget that it's the COVID-19 mixtape. And we're getting into the latter stages of this bad boy.
We're going to wrap this mixtape up.
This is number 17, I believe.
Yeah. And
track number 17 of the mixtape.
We only have 19 tracks total. That means there's only 2 more after this.
Right, because it's the COVID-19.
That's right.
So 17, which is this, 18, 19. And then...
Yep. Sayonara, baby.
We have to figure out something else to do with our lives. Just like I had to figure out something to do after I stopped playing Zelda.
That was a sad day, isn't it?
Oh, I still think back on it. I wish I could go back in time. If I could turn back time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and go back to, like, just the first time I discovered the game and just be like, oh, I'm like a kid again. Ooh, look at the grass waving in the wind.
Wow.
So beautiful.
I envy that.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. Great game. Anyway, yeah, so that's taking us a little bit off topic there, but
thanks, Jason.
Yeah. We'll keep it on track, dude. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, let's get down to business.
Yeah, get down to business, man. We got things to talk about here.
Yeah.
Dude. So anyway, what is track number 17 of this stupid mixtape that we're doing for 19 weeks?
Wait, before I announce it.
Yeah.
I think when we started this mixtape, our intention was that we would be at the end of the COVID crisis. At the end of the 19 weeks. I think we thought maybe that was the duration of the worst part.
I knew that this was possible, but I was like, well, probably what'll happen is like probably it'll be over. Everything will be kind of like people doing normal shit, which they kind of are doing, but they shouldn't be right now.
Well, they are for sure.
They're definitely doing normal shit,
but
but
I
they shouldn't be.
guarantee you, by the time we get to 19, we will not be doing the normal shit anymore. We'll go back.
They're gonna have to like rename the disease.
They are?
Yeah, to like have a higher number so we can keep doing the mixtape. Is that what you're saying?
No. No, but what I mean is that I think we thought that we would only need one new track each week to keep yourself entertained for the duration of the coronavirus, and then it would then cease to exist. But that's not the case. So perhaps you'll have to play it again.
Play it again, Sam. Yeah, you might have to re-listen to the COVID-19 mixtape. We do have some more. We have some other ideas.
Some bonus tracks.
There's some reject tracks
that didn't make it and didn't make the cut. And I'll tell you what, we spent a lot of time on this.
Yeah.
Too much time.
Somebody's been eyeballing like a tape deck, a tape machine, dubbing system online. One of our producers.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And I don't know, things might happen. So keep your ear to the ground on that. Anyway, this is a fucking great song. Number 17 is a wonderful song called Comfort Eagle by Cake off of their 2001 album by the same name, Comfort Eagle.
That was very nice. That was a nice introduction. I wish we were welcoming them to the stage.
I know. And we have a big surprise for everyone tonight. Everybody put your hands together for Cake.
Yeah, this is a great song. There were a lot of contenders for the slot, but this song made the cut because it's nice and tight and sharp around the corners.
Tight and sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It just didn't work to put one in here that was all wishy-washy and funky-dunky. So here we are. And it's also nice that like Cake is a Sacramento band.
And a delicious dessert.
Yeah.
That I can't eat most of the time.
Yeah. I did make you a cake one time that you could eat.
Oh, it was good.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, fuck it. What do I look like I need a bunch of cake?
Who needs cake? I mean, come on.
Some people do.
Sure.
Some people are like, is there cake? Is there birthday cake? Yeah, where's the fucking cake?
That's my grandma for you.
Oh, right? Oh, there's a grandma story. I heard that she grabbed the fucking cake at like a birthday party for a kid that she went to.
Yeah.
She's just like, what the fuck is that? And like,
uh-huh.
Like a baby.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It was like a cake that had trucks on it. Like
she went to pick it up or something. She's like,
but it was frosting. It was a frosting truck. Anyway,
that's the truck of my dreams, the frosting truck. Give me that frosting.
The bear sugar dreams.
Oh yes, I'm salivating right now.
So like, I do really love Cake. I not the dessert, but the band, and like, you know, their original album that came out in the 90s was really good, but then like I kind of forgot about them for like a really long time, and I didn't even realize that they had put out so much music until, you know, like many years went by, like 10 years went past, and then it was like, oh my gosh, this band has been like really busy making all kinds of cool music.
Yeah,
you know,
totally. I mean, this album came out in 2001, but I didn't hear it until 2006 or 2007 or something like that. And when I did, then I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What
is this?
I'm an opera singer. I stand on painted tape. Like, the lyrics are fucking
really
great.
Good. Really good.
And the like the Rick James song.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's a great album. And this song just fits so perfectly to me. I don't know. Give us your interpretation. Of course, you know, if you don't think it does, then let us know. But like if you just check out the lyrics, like it's got all this shit about kind of like pop culture, consumerism, like
Yeah.
it's just sort of like this driving song, like that's sort of like preaching, like the narrator singer is like sort of a prophet or a preacher of some kind or
Right.
whatever, but the religion is like
Money.
money and consumer culture.
Yeah, and that is kind of the religion, honestly, of many religions. Um, you know, like Tammy Faye and Jim Baker. You know, they were the originators. They were like the originators of QVC, to be honest.
Were they?
They were. I mean, if you think about it, because back in the 70s, no one was really doing the call in and give us your money, except for like Jerry Lewis doing like the telethon to raise money for sick people.
Mm.
Well, that's a, good cause and makes sense. But, churches got a hold of that. And then they're like, call in, right now. If you want to be saved, if you want to be healed, and we will send you, this free thing, this free book, this free photo, this letter, whatever. And I don't know if you ever watched the late night preachers or whatever, but
No, I mean I've seen like little video clips and stuff. All I think of when I think of Tammy Faye Baker is like her mascara, like
yes.
just like everywhere. Like
Yes.
after like maybe Jim Baker went to prison or some shit.
Oh, because she was crying in the
Right?
interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. She always had about 6 or 7 layers of mascara on.
Yeah, and I just remember. I don't even know if this is like a true memory or if this is like a SNL sketch, like
No, I think there was some
a
version.
send up of what happened or
Well,
whatever.
there was probably that too.
But yeah.
Yeah. And so this whole idea that like there's some person, right, who is going to make all your dreams come true, whether that's Tammy Faye or a record producer or Donald Trump or whatever. It's just kind of like this ridiculous notion that you're going to believe in this person who's they're selling you something.
Totally. Yeah, the whole vibe of the song is like this sort of like Trump-esque, gilded, like, huckster bullshit.
Yeah.
We're building a religion. We're making it bigger. We're widening the corridors and adding more lanes.
Right. Because so many people.
I love the line about the pendant keychains. We're now accepting callers for these pendant keychains.
But that's QVC. Like,
right.
That's like turning the religion into QVC because, like, obviously, home shopping doesn't have anything to do with God. So when you call it, but it's the same idea. It's like, we're presenting this opportunity, you know? It's a limited time offer. Like, you got to get in on it now.
Yeah.
Now we're going to turn on the phone line. And that means that you can call. Lucky you. The phone is going to be picked up when you dial the number. Ooh la la. And when you get through, we're going to sell you something.
Totally.
And only 6.
Or you're just going to donate it to us.
Right.
For like the prayer line or whatever.
And that you don't even usually get a keychain.
Yeah, you get a
special feeling in your
get
heart.
A receipt in the mail that you can write off or something like that.
Sure, if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this crazy thing, and I guess why to me it relates to the COVID crisis and stuff is like it feels like America, the West, many places in the world, but especially here, are just sort of going through these last like kind of pathetic. Maybe they won't be the last. They probably won't, but it feels like it could be like gasps of this kind of thing where we're just trying to like, no, if we just believe, if we just like try to prop this thing up, like that's kind of, been Trump's kind of whole thing or whatever, where it's just like, no, we're just going to deny that this is an issue, deny that this is an issue, and just keep on. And we got to open on Easter because I like Easter. It's my favorite holiday. All this, shit. And it all wrapped up in religion and stuff too.
Yep.
And like, it's so pathetic.
Well, I personally don't understand how you can I mean, I can't, from my perspective, believe in a person like that. You know,
Like Jesus?
like an well, well, I wasn't talking about Jesus. I'm talking about a preacher, a minister, the president, a politician, like a person
A
that's
priest, a rabbi.
just a person who is saying something that makes sense to you. I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but when you like believe in them to the point where you lose all logic and reason, but it happens all the time. And it's very evident because I think today or yesterday or something, uh, Vice President Pence, put on a mask.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, even in this little corner of the globe, people are like, I guess I'm going to have to wear a mask.
Look.
Oh, I mean, Pence put one on. So it just goes to show you the power that people wield.
Yeah.
And I think that this song is a great example of the power that like people wield over artists and like take advantage of them and just kind of bleed them dry and expect too much and promise them things that can never happen. And artists are really, really vulnerable to that kind of thing. Because they're very sensitive and they want to like believe that someone wants to help them or they see their potential.
Are you talking about like Cake was talking about the music business or something?
Yeah.
I mean, that seems fairly obvious or whatever,
Yeah.
but it applies to other
all kinds of stuff.
Other situations.
But there's just so many overlaps in all these different areas.
Yeah.
Politics, religion, entertainment.
Resistance is useless. It's useless to resist it. His cigarette is burning, but he never seems to ash.
Yeah, like he's magic.
He's like...
He's grooming his poodle. By
all
the kidney-shaped pool. I mean, hey, there's like a part of me that definitely wants to groom my poodle by a kidney-shaped pool. But I hope that if I ever get there, it's not because I fuck somebody over. You know what I mean?
Totally. Speaking of fucking somebody over, the vibe of this also reminded me of that show that we watched. I don't remember if we talked about it ever or not on here, but that On Becoming a God in Central Florida show.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Because like that's got all this weird like commercialism and success deity vibe like wrapped up in it.
Yeah.
Because it's about this whole like multi-level marketing thing.
And the believing in that one powerful person who's the keeper of the keys of the pyramid scheme or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kirsten Dunst was really good in that show.
That was a good show. It was very strange, but it was like very true to life. I think it's just like people are desperate for a leader, Yeah.
It's really weird and psychedelic at times too.
Yeah.
Like that surprised me. Anyway, yeah, check out On Becoming a God in Central Florida.
Yeah.
If you get a chance. It's kind of cool.
It is cool. Good clothes
yeah,
too.
And by the way, could you have more fucking words in your show name?
On Becoming a God.
On Becoming a God in Central Florida?
I wouldn't have named it that.
Jesus Christ. Like, did they test that?
I doubt it.
Because it's nowhere near as snappy as Team Babe.
2 words. 2 words only. I mean, you can remember that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way they could have made it worse was if they called it, like, Water Mazer. Our old band name.
That's a horrible name. And I think I revealed to you why we ended up with that name. Because I was tired of arguing about it.
And you were just like...
And I was like...
Move past it?
Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on and make music and get a gig. You can call it whatever you want.
Too practical, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta wait to do that gig for like 25 to 30 years until you really have everything polished, and you have all the right equipment.
And I did it. I did that gig, and I did it with all the wrong equipment, and I did it all unprepared, and you know what? It made no difference. Because it was in somebody's garage. And it wasn't.
Is that when you were like, yeah, this is over?
No.
No, that wasn't. You were still in it.
No, I was still in it. I was like, let's do the next gig.
Well, yeah, because that's what you're supposed to do.
We never did the other gig.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wasn't like the Knicks and the Bulls in '93 in Madison Square Garden.
Not at all.
No,
No, it
not
was
at all.
let's see. It was more like what's a team you've never heard of before? Oh, the Enterprise Hornets versus the Shasta Wolves. That was more like what it was
Talking
like.
about the River Bowl. Or wait, that's probably football.
I'm talking about the Shasta County high school teams.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines from this song is, what does he say?
Do you need
Something about something cardboard shelters and tents.
Oh, right.
Yeah, anyway, I can't remember, but it's cool.
Like ignoring the problems of the world and, you know, pretending you're
Mr.
better.
Corporate events.
You're better than the homeless people. And all
Totally.
that. Yeah. There's a lot of that goes on these days, you know?
Yeah, it's sort of prescient for today.
I heard that they're going to put homeless people in hotels.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
They tore down that big ass hotel in Reading.
Oh,
that was
God.
like condemned or whatever.
The Reading Inn.
Yeah.
Such a lovely place.
It's so nice to see that whole, like that half of the block flattened.
Oh, it's so much better.
That place was like such a den of like,
Oh.
it was literally like a crack den.
Yeah.
Like after they closed, like people, like junkies were just breaking in there and doing drugs and selling drugs and
yeah,
human trafficking, prostitution, and all this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, it got really crazy. That's an oldie. That's like a 70s establishment.
Not anymore, man.
Now when you Google Reading, maybe the Reading Inn won't pop up.
Google Reading.
Don't do it. That's a waste of time.
Yeah, there's lots of good stories. Don't do it.
Okay. Don't worry. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. So anyway, we were wondering how your Comfort Eagle life is going out there.
Yeah. Are you living Comfort Eagle?
Yeah.
Is that even possible? I mean, some people think so.
Yeah.
Some people think they are living Comfort Eagle and that they're above, science and germs. Maybe it's sort of like the kings of medieval times.
Yeah, because they didn't even know about science and germs.
Yes, that's right. And they all got the plague and died. You know what I mean?
Not all of them, or else we wouldn't be here, but quite a lot.
I don't know if we're really directly related to any kings, though.
You might not be, but I am a direct descendant of the Norman kings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at you. I thought you were a direct descendant of Neanderthals.
Yeah, that too.
And wild animals.
Half king, half Neanderthal, half bear, all babe.
Yeah, I like that. Let's make that your tagline.
That's the new catchphrase, I think, for this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we wanted to invite everybody who is living their best life, living Comfort Eagle, to call our 800 number.
Oh, and what is that again?
1-800-BABE. Can you do that? That'd be cool.
1-888-555.
Babe.
Babe. Yeah.
Yeah, and pledge your undying love and support. And we will send you the Team Babe pendant keychain in the mail. All you have to do is cover shipping and handling. And not only that, but you will be inducted into the Pepsi, sponsored by Pepsi, Team Babe Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what about those people that drink Coke? What are they going to do?
Well, some people drink Pepsi, some people drink Coke. The wacky morning DJ says democracy's a joke.
Is that you? Were you the DJ?
Yeah. Ooga. It's the Morning Zoo show.
I've never heard a DJ on the radio do that ever.
You
Who
haven't?
does that?
You haven't heard the Morning Zoo?
No.
Yeah, there's some. You can hear them.
I'm listening.
Yeah, some say.
I don't hear them.
Some say if you hold the show to your ear just right, you can hear the wacky morning DJ.
Oh.
Off in the distance.
That might be true. Maybe next time I'll have
Still
a shell.
being wacky.
I'll have a shell handy.
Yeah.
You
Have yourself a shell and a merry little fucking Christmas.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to have to get the hook if you're going to act like that.
Yeah.
to pull you off stage,
I-
kicking and screaming.
I like how you mentioned the kidney-shaped pool thing, because that's actually lyrics from another song.
What song?
Rick James from the
Oh.
same album or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
Swim in your kidney-shaped pool. Something. I don't remember the other part of the line.
I find it funny that that was such a theme. A kidney-shaped pool, like of the 70s. Like that was like, you know, you'd made it. It wasn't round or square. It was kidney-shaped, and somehow that was like amazing.
What the fuck is so special about a kidney shape? It's like that it's not, it's curved. That's why.
Well, so's a circle. I mean, but a kidney shape, you know, is like,
Nobody made circle pools.
yeah,
No, they're all square, dude, or rectangle.
no.
Yeah. Like if you have no imagination and you're just like, I want to swim, but there's not like a lake or river, then you're just like, well, I'm going to dig this hole. And you just make it like a square because that's easy because it has straight lines.
Are you telling me that there was no pools in the shape of a circle
Yeah.
ever?
I researched it heavily, as you could probably tell.
Wow, I love it how you like really draw these hard lines in the sand over the important topics, you know?
Well, no, I'm just excited because I feel like I realized why the kidney shaped pool is so sought after.
Because it's harder to make than a rectangle. Sure.
Yeah, the shape is more difficult to craft.
That's true.
So it's like, well, somebody add extra money to like pay for that.
Right. But when I think of a real
Figured it out.
epic
Everybody can go home now.
epic pool situation, I think of like the Jerk. And that is a rectangle pool because it is so symmetrical.
Mm.
So I think the kidney shape is really like the psychedelic sort of like, you know, everything got real like curvy and weird in the 60s and 70s and as far as like, you know, furniture and like
your brain is actually in your kidneys, man, and your stomach lining. Right?
you're killing me.
I am? Oh shit. Wake up, Jason.
Yeah, wake up. It's a new day.
Yeah. Well, this has been wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
I think everybody should give this song a listen, read the lyrics.
For sure.
We'll have it, posted or whatever, link to it.
Yep.
Once we get this playlist mixtape done, we'll have that linked too.
Yeah, we'll have the whole playlist available.
So you can listen back and be like, oh, I remember what it was like in the first week of the Rona. If you really want to revisit that.
Yeah.
But they're good songs. I think that's the thing.
I think this playlist is gonna hold up, Corona or not.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
And it does, because we really did kind of like have some words over which ones were gonna make it and which ones didn't. So
we had words.
We slaved over a hot computer for this.
Words with friends, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words with friends. Perhaps that'll happen in San Diego. We'll have words with friends.
I think we will.
That'll be nice.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man.
Just like I am always looking forward to being your babe.
Oh, I always look forward to being your babe too, babe.
Even after the mean producer has been kind of a meanie dickhead and you had to fire Ted?
Well, I mean, there was like a couple minutes there where I wasn't looking forward to it, but that's okay. If I really get sore about it, I'll let you know.
Okay. Thanks, Beatrix Kiddo. All right. Well, thanks again, babe. Thanks for living, laughing, loving, and learning with me.
You're welcome.
In this episode, this luscious, lavish, lavender, laconic laundry list of Lexapro.
Wow.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
Anyway, that's nonsense. Sorry. I'll do better next time.
Well, how about this? If I'm going to travel to the center of the labyrinth, another L word.
Yeah.
I'm only going to do it with you.
Oh, that's sweet. I love you, babe.
Love you too.